Still on match day 32, where we got lots and lots of interesting results that had, impact all over the table. And starting with one of the biggest surprises of the round, Victor. One of the shocks of the weekend came as Arsenal lost to Bournemouth at the Emirates Stadium by a 2-1 scoreline. The question here is, why did the Gunners look so passive in that fixture?
Because they always look so passive. I mean, I'm not saying that they underestimate opponents, but I think the fact that they always found a way kind of led to a bit of complacency kicking in, because they've won so many games this season when playing ugly football and simply not getting out of second gear. There might be a bit of entitlement right now, a bit of, oh, we're Arsenal, we're going to find a way to win this regardless how badly we play, until they don't. And I think Arteta really needs to get his head on straight, because football is much more than corners and free kicks.
To be fair, Arsenal have not scored a corner in a while. But anyways,
You know what I mean, regardless, though.
right. Anyways, moving on, and Max, this one's for you. Liverpool beat Fulham 2-0 in a game where they were the best side for a good chunk of the game. Was it more about the Reds getting it right, or more about Fulham being just so bad?
I'd say probably both. I mean, obviously Liverpool played much better, and putting Rio in the starting lineup was probably one of the best decisions from Slot for a couple of months from now, I guess. And also, I feel like Fulham lacked the finishing, because in the first half they could have scored at least two. They've been running great counterattacks, but they just couldn't score. So I wouldn't say that this game was that one-sided as it feels like, but obviously Liverpool played better and Fulham couldn't score at the moment, so that's what you get.
Yeah, fair enough. So, Victor, Brentford and Everton played out to an entertaining 2-2 draw. There's two questions from this game. Firstly, what did you make of that result? And secondly, many people did not realize that Igor Thiago is just one goal behind Erling Haaland. Do you think he can win the Golden Boot?
First of all, about the result, I would say yes, a bit surprising. If I had to pick a winner for this one, I would have gone Brentford's way, but you can never really count out Moyes, can you? It's a bit disappointing for both sides, really. They were both hoping to get closer to the top five and push on from there. But seriously, either one of these teams qualifying for any European championship this season will be seen as a huge success. As for the Golden Boot, I'm not a City hater. I'm not a Haaland hater, but God, would I love to see Igor Thiago win the Golden Boot. Absolutely. In all seriousness, I can easily imagine a scenario where they each score a few more goals and they share it at the end of the season.
That would be an interesting one, to be fair. And then back to you again, Max. Was Brighton beating Burnley away from home the most obvious victory of the weekend?
I mean, probably so. Everybody was expecting them to win easily, so they did. And also looking at the table, Brighton really needed that win, especially against this week of the side. And in the meantime, Burnley is fighting for nothing at the moment. They're not playing in cups, in Europe especially. They're not fighting for the survival, so they just play for fun. And when you cannot score, it probably pains you, so you don't even pay attention to the defense, and you end up losing this way. So I mean, obviously, for this especially, it was all written for the Brighton win.
Yeah, and on the final note, Victor, West Ham easily cruised past Wolves to move 2 points past the drop zone. And maybe it wasn't a surprise for West Ham to beat Wolves, but did you expect a win by that margin?
No, absolutely not. Especially because Wolves had shown signs of life recently, some half decent results and whatnot. Also, the only team to beat them 4-0 in the Prem this season was Man City. I don't get me wrong, I love to see Nuno giving West Ham a proper shot at staying up, and I think this will be a result that gives them a lot of belief, especially with the fixtures they have coming up. They've got Palace and Everton still in April.
Yeah, there's still a lot of Premier League football, for us to expect anyways. But match day 32 was pretty interesting. Lots of implications here and there. And now we'll be looking ahead to some European games before we look on to match day 33.